similar types of holds. Nothing too crazy in terms of variation.
Yeah, the only kind of concern for me is that XSET kind of fluidity when it came to being able to play with the Viper and set up crazy executions on B and A is now kind of lost. So I'm not too sure what the whole plan is. As Viper, the setup that we did was running with Viper comboing obviously the Raze util as well, was definitely a deadly sight to behold when it came to any team they face. So now that they've made that change, what's the reason behind it? What are they going to bring? Well, it's more or less the same in their style. A very slow start with players kind of scouting out both extremities.
Not too much action. BCJ. Let's get up at least that first contact. Using up that recon bolt. Let's back away though. He has expended really mostly all of his util. Going forward, just trying to hold off B main. Still very scattered though. NRG just waiting off on time in A main.
Android was just trying to hopefully bait out a peak, but it's XSET that's who were originally spreading themselves throughout the map have now kind of just pocketed themselves in certain areas, like these two players in Garden. It's instead NRG that are slowly walking their way back. But you can see the nanoswarms here. Really the goal here is to ensure that that gate can't get closed, or at least no progress can be made into Garden, which is such a crucial retake point on this A site. So we'll see what happens as EU sends in the Owl drone. Eventually he's going to realize that there's just nobody here on this site, and they can basically get it for free. However, it's up to Tex here, I think, really to try and help out his teammates to support from the Garden
30
side.
seconds left. Spike down A.
And XSET aren't exactly fighting all too much in terms of utility, taking real solo towards Cat and Tex in a great position to try to wrap on. We did take them down, jumping away. Speaking of jumping, ew! Oh man, hopping away, just trying to get anything out of this interaction. But with the Nebula covering up A main, Dabs is completely isolated. He has a little bit of armor. The spike is planted for him, but it's just a wave of XSET players taking over A main. It's all theirs.
Yeah, you can see the impact of just having that Garden control, to be able to have that kind of second entrance going into the site. Perfectly played from XSET, and those nanostorms as well, being able to pick up, I think, a single kill. Yeah, Thwiper was able to take down Psalm, which removed the main smokes, and you retake that area, and XSET were able to just kind of bust their way into the site. It was XSET or apologies, NRG that kind of had to focus two different angles, and with that spike going down front, Jenny, it is just such a huge risk. So XSET, they cleanly pick up the first round here. They're going to fully invest into this one. No credits being spared except for BCJ, who will find himself planted on an Ares.
And that's just a Silva classic. Is that day one-ish. He's trying to find that lineup and not exactly able to get too much damage. Gets a little bit of information, but no more than one player. But because of that, he does allow someone to actually take full control of B main. So that's going to be something that the rest of NRG seriously have to worry about. It's just going to be this position from Wifo. But now alongside over towards mid, you actually have a couple of players doubling back.
Yeah, they're really hoping that BCJ can lock this down, and same thing here with Blyfo, who's very risky here with only Frenzy. He'll get exposed, forced back away, but that just shows how much control XSET have, and now NRG are going to have to find a way to adjust now. XSET, both A main and essentially full B main control thanks to that turret. What do you do with your NRG? You have the lesser guns, you don't have a lot of utility. It's kind of a one and done situation where you kind of just got to commit to one side and hope to the best that it works.
It's just that effect from the eco rounds period. It's a guessing game. It's an evil guessing game.
30 seconds.
No matter where you go, your odds are just a little bit lower. Tex trying to make a little bit of noise too. This could bait out a bit of a fake, and there you go. The mid attention is actually gone because of that one spot. Now Android not only able to take up more space and spawn, but they're able to make their way into market fairly easily. Still Aaron and BCJ collecting up frags, but this could be the spike going down. Finally, BCJ with a swing out. Gonna be able to take down EU. Plank going in. BCJ doesn't shut it down. Instead, it is a second round from XSET, 4 players surviving. Spike down for NRG, so that's a little bit extra cash alongside an extra ult point, which Android might be able to completely take over. Because this man already has his run it back, and his team lost out the first 2 rounds. Things could get a little bit fun. Yeah, getting that spike down is definitely going to be a very, very tiny help. But like you said, Android's the biggest thing right here is him being able to get onto that run it back. We really need to see what he can do. NRG are kind of just prancing between both ult orbs, making sure that Android can maximize his output with those ult orbs. And well, now that he's got it here,
it could be advantageous, but given the fact that you already have the advantage with the guns, you kind of, I think, hope that maybe Android doesn't have to expend it here, and instead they could maybe save it for the full rifle round. XSET, we did actually very early on, who's going to make that cross. Full smoke goes out, dissipate towards archway. So we did. He's in a pretty safe cover. He's got pretty decent control, but we know NRG to kind of be the slow team that likes to build up momentum slowly. And XSET, this time haven't gone for really any early info peeks, but a double stack towards mid seems to be where the pivot point is going to be to rotate to either site.
Gonna need that contact first to really create a pivot. XSET has that all covered, especially over towards A. They have double coverage of Cat, and there's two players. No, there's two covering Cat, but there's also two nanoswarms just covering up the front of gate alone. But there goes that owl drone. It's going to completely shut out the A site.
Yeah, and they have an alarm bot there, so if you kind of walk into that, you want to close the gate, you're going to get demolished by the vulnerability as well, and that's what happens. Both storms go out, the gate will not be closed, and now another access point open, but alert from Tex will at least give them an advantage for this post plant.
Oh, he's still going. Aaron. Oh! Wow. Aaron goes down to Daps! So the three players that make their way onto A, they leave two isolated, and the two isolated players, they do their job. Then comes the rest of XSET that could just get pinched down out of nowhere. The Spectre does get a little bit more damage, and Pure has to be the hero in a 1v4. NRG make it look easy. That A site was wide open, and they still get kills isolated.
Yeah, a really nice lurk from NRG to find those two kills, and then XSET, you're in that position where it's like, oh, well, we've just lost our two reinforcements. We know we're going to get flanked on towards mid. We just kind of got to go for it. Full send it, and they went for it. Didn't work out. It doesn't really matter. I think in that instance where it's like, okay, we need to full send this because we know we have a cushion. We know that that was our bonus. We have a full buy in this round, and this is where I was mentioning that run it back could come in so handy. This cosmic divide as well for some could be just as useful.
Here.
Now the Sova has actually switched over towards that A site. You can kind of see the effects over on B. They're playing B main a whole lot more aggressively, Sully, and it's not paying off.
Owl drone, though, will retake mid. Even with NRG getting those two kills, I mean, I think the initial response and the initial instinct from NRG is that, well, okay, XSET are going to try and reinforce the B site now. But no one has moved just yet, and so neither have NRG. They expected the rotation, so they cut noise, they wait the time. Daps is just trying to cause a ruckus, maybe to pull them away, but you need Pure to go huge here.
Oh no, Pure. The slow peak, and it's just a slow burn. Goes down, and, well,
Player standing.
Yeah, that's a little bit awkward. Daps was just in that position for the longest time, and his utility wasn't exactly spotted whatsoever. DCJ gonna go down and Cat. Wow, that one just clinical from NRG. There's no drama, no hype, no nothing. Everyone just winning out their battles.
Yeah, and it's very patient as well from NRG to ensure that they don't just overcommit to a site. They took their time, they waited, they listened to what XSET were gonna try and do to them, and worked out perfectly. So XSET, that was their full rifle round after the bonus they had. Now they're down to pistols, and we'll see what they can amass with this. Obviously, they're definitely not going to be able to like have an instant advantage. Who knows? Maybe with a couple nice clean sheriff shots and a marshal, they might just pull off the dub here. But it's NRG. We've known them so far to be a very cautious team. They surely won't let too much slip through, at least unnecessarily.
No, not just yet, I would hope. It's not exactly the playstyle of XSET to go all too risky. And I mean, that's you kind of saw that in the last round too. Although XSET, they were going down, it was very calculated, especially in the back of B. They still had hot hands, they still had a nano swarm actually popped. It just so happened to be that NRG had actually swung out a couple of players in those positions to take down those hiding players in B main. Same thing in A main with Aaron. So with Pure, I meant. But still, for this round, NRG taking things slow over towards the mid side. There's still 3 in A main. And look at XSET. They've completely abandoned the A site. They're watching over mid, and they lose out again.
A little bit rough position to be in if you're NRG. You expect, with all that noise being cut in the spot down towards this area, that it would have been a B hit. Pure goes sliding straight into Android, slips the knife. He does get one, but a 4v3, obviously with the lesser guns, and now without your big gun being those blade storms,
Spike planted.
you lose almost, I think, any opportunity to try and win this round. And with all 4 of NRG kind of just sitting on the site, you're really just looking for exits to try and damage.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, these types of guns, not going to be able to do too much, huh? Oh, whoa! Thwifo! Walks right in front of Sam. If he had hugged the wall too, they essentially would have given each other a little bit of a hug back and forth. You know, it's one love. It's one love. We did. And Aaron, however, oh no! It's so detrimental. Aaron with that rifle was done on a heat. Would have wanted a couple of exits off of that, but instead, NRG, they maintain it mostly clean off of their exits out. Still a 3rd round for NRG.
Look at this crazy difference between both sides. 2 ultimates ready for XSET, and then NRG have just got 5. And that's due because they're kind of just spreading these kills around. It feels like everybody's having some impact. That's a tragic engagement. That's not awkward. That's just tragic.
Yeah, I hate to see it
there. But back to the main point is that now with the rifles, with this full rifle round, NRG, dude, they've got 5 ults to play with, and those are always something that you can use to leverage in a round like this. And well, they're gonna try and get aggressive and ensure that the ults can't be used, as already so much focus here with a run it back committed as well from Weeda towards bjor.
Okay, this is beautiful. Pure coming in from the mid side. He'd actually criticized one player for doing this just a little bit earlier on, just almost dry over towards the mid side, but nobody's there. Instead, they pinch outside of B main, and they end up getting 3 kills in their favor. A massive combo from XSET is now Sam and Android. Last 2 players remaining, and what is that? With the nanoswarm elevated, I actually don't know where he actually put those at. That's actually quite sick. But still, Android, the last person remaining in a 1v4. The nanoswarm covering up pressure. We did over towards heaven. Everyone is here, just trying to find the spike. Android still has to run it back. Don't really think it's gonna come into too much effect just a little bit later on. But yeah, there goes that turret, and they were waiting for it. Yeah, wonderfully done. Playing off of contact, 3-3.
Yeah, huge fight from NRG, or apologies, XSET down towards mid, dude. You had the Gravel, you had, I think, as well, a Nova Pulse towards B-Links that allowed Weeda to use the run it back and get all of that space. So 4 people kind of just compressing into one area from XSET, and they went out the majority of their fights, put Android in that impossible 1 versus 4. XSET, they are able to tie things up here. NRG still with those 5 ultimates, and the credits to buy up once more. When do we see any of them come out? Because it feels like no ultimates have been used from NRG just yet. Well, here's your chance. You've got a lockdown, you have a run it back, you've got 5 very, very useful ultimates to work with. And XSET already taking a lot of control early towards A, and that's where the spike we see lean.
I love how NRG is just going for a little bit of an explosion. A main waiting out for at least 1 spot, and there you go. The fake lockdown. So much util is going to be used. Okay, BCJ using up that Hunter's Theory is comboed up onto Android. But this, there you go. That was the battle to separate the round. We were looking over towards A main. That was the point of contact. Pure in such a cheeky spot. Back in 1, takes down 2, and XSET successful in their mission thus far. NRG stopped in their tracks.
1 play, 2 kills, huge from Pure to lock out this round, and you've committed your 2 bigger ults, I'd say. Obviously, you still have that Hunter's Sphere in your back pocket, but NRG from 5 ults to 3 and using 2 in a round to get absolutely nothing. XSET coasting to a 4th here and taking the lead back. What can dapr find on this lurk? 3 players in the general vicinity, so you don't expect anything to come from this fight. You need him to pull attention away to maybe at least let Sam kind of slip through. Maybe find a kill in a weed. Okay, never mind. 3 players in the vicinity, but 2 have been removed.
Never mind. It's a battle for the A set again, though. Look at what we did. Isolated, facing up against Sam. Sticking. Okay, he's sticking. No, it's just Sam still in that 1v2. We did goes around the corner, gets the body shot. Okay, so not that big of a situation. Oh, okay.
I won't even lie, though. That dap's transfer was just
clean.
Yeah, that was with steez, man. And not only that is, obviously it's a cool clip, but he used the lockdown in that round and instantly he's got 3 ult charges back.
Very proficient, and it could have helped out his team a whole lot. That fake lockdown, it only ended up being exposed as a fake purely because of the attention to to B main period and BCJ's Hunter's Fury and actually taking down that lockdown just so they could maintain their positions and just keeping recon on B main. So instead, everyone else for XSET, they could just kind of chill out in their spots. They still had one in A main and they were fine. New round here though, Sully.
Another early gravel comboed with a Nebula just to fake this presence if they wanted to. They're committed to it. Both Weeded and Pure here. Weeded taking an angle where he can easily back away. Obviously, as a Jet, you can take a little bit more deeper of a fight because you can just instantly dash out of there. So Pure ready for the fight. They get full control. They're fighting retake towards A. That's the main reason why that B aggression shows. And you can see the util committed here by Thwaipo as BCJ, before they give up the site, he says, I want something to give my team a little bit more leverage.
Good bit of space. But now look at Cat. Look at Cat right now. Thwaipo with all these nano swarms right in front, just waiting for that spike to go down. Has a lockdown. Are they going to commit it? Yes, they are.
That's the whole point.
Yes, they are. Oh, yeah, no, absolutely it is. So Thwaipo, he can commit up that Hunter's Fury. He can commit down that lockdown. EU is going to pull out the Hunter's Fury more than likely. And there you go. Tex over towards the mid side. Going big. Misses out on the second round of knives and backs out with a Spectre, still trying to take down Pure at 50 HP, and he goes down in a heap to the 14 HP Tex. BCJ and Aaron, last two remaining, fighting up in Cat. They swap positions in the Cosmic Divide. What just happened? Daps was the one that got the kill anyways. Kinda wild. But NRG, what a performance to end the round.
You had to anticipate
Wild.
the Hunter's Fury to come out. You just had to anticipate it. And Thwaipo, I think, maybe threw down the lockdown a little bit prematurely. I mean, nobody was clearing out mid. Here, once again, for the second time so far in these 8 rounds, playing a very late lurk, a deep lurk in the defender side, and he's able to catch 3 players off guard. He doesn't get all 3 kills, but he does enough to pull them away from the main focus. And XSET, that round slipped right through their hands. They need to try and recover here as the economy has taken a pretty hefty hit. Pure will have the Blade Storm though. And once more, Team and Weeded working together to fight for control. And Pure up top is going to net one.
So that's Pure again. Kind of going away from what I said earlier. XSET not exactly a purveyor of aggression. But indeed, thus far, a lot of their entry frags have just been exactly that. In comes that lockdown once again. They do not have the Hunter's Fury to try to stop it. Instead, they have a Thwaipo to hold off the first contact. 4 seconds left. Okay, big from Tex. Still on that rise up. Dabs is able to just wide swing so easily. The B side is theirs.
Yeah, these rotations are coming in so late because that XSET might have anticipated this could have just been another fake, which we saw in a couple rounds ago with that lockdown from Daps. The rotations are late. The opportunity is still present. They have still those knives to work with. Rapier, we'll see what entrance he can make. No dash, but BCJ will find himself an opening.
Oh, okay, Pure and BCJ finding the openings like he mentioned. Android's still in the back line. They have no clue just yet. He's cut off noise, but EU still collecting up 2 frags, and it was looking possible until Weeded holds down the courtyard area. It makes it all for XSET. Again, these endings to the round, Sully, are starting to get real chaotic.
You just got to appreciate Weeded able to understand his role in that round, and that's to just lock up B main so that Pure can just do his thing on that side, allow those other 3 players to just work their magic on it, and NRG in a post-plant situation where it looked pretty good for them. ECJ finds an opening, and next thing you know, they adjust. Weeded takes control of B main. Pure is just able to open things up on the middle of A side, doing what he does best as a Jet. It's 5-4 for XSET. It will stave off the reset, but NRG with still plenty of credits will be able to buy here. And once more, we see a very heavy contest. Run it back, already use it. Weeded looking for blood.
Yep, Weeded. Oh, lining it up. But, oh, him running in does allow Pure to come up right from behind him. Kind of just chaperoning him, but right through the Nebula. Goes down in a heat. So A main now open. Now XSET down to a man advantage, and NRG once again is playing that default.
Slowing things down here, NRG as well is the main goal of their default. You clear out wine, ensure that's not going to be an issue at all. Still to run it back for Android, so he can set himself up. They've been faking off of ultimate, so I wouldn't even be surprised if Android just decides, okay, I'm going to commit the run it back, and maybe I want to rotate out. But it looks like instead he's going to use it for a re-exec by grabbing that orb. You can see the shift here from XSET. They're leaving the B site. And it's Sam here alone, who might himself try and sell fake with some utility. He does have that Cosmic Divide, but that might be a little bit too much of a commitment. 35 seconds left. Cutting of noise and XSET. They've decided to make this gamble, but it's a completely wrong site.
30 seconds
Yeah,
left.
no, even with kind of that potential of a retake, this just gets all too rough. Android is just baiting. Yeah, no, this is wonderful from Android. Android just throwing this off even more. They have a player over towards A main, but with mid being all the way open and just about 15 seconds left, XSET, they finally get a whiff.
10
That's
seconds left.
NRG's going towards B. Spike goes down, and in comes that retake, Sully.
Not impossible. You have an Owl Drone to maybe work some magic. One curveball left. A couple of stars left over for Aaron. But another 5v4. You know Android is just around this mid area, and Aaron must win this fight. The timing, not for Android, puts it back to a 4v4.
Well, what's up for Android? He was in a great spot earlier on towards stairs, but in we go and towards B site. We did playing up in stairs. There's nobody on site just yet for the CTs. There's still one in the corner, right in the middle of their own cloud. And BCJ gets overwhelmed by the Nano Swarm. Tex backing up, sliding, and getting to. You know, Aaron is still trying to attempt a couple of exits. Could take down Dabs. Wait a minute. No, he's done. Yeah, no, he's done. And Aaron's gonna die to it too. Oh my. NRG playing out time, but it's just XSET. That was just a tick off.
And nobody walks away with their life in that round. So look at the economic disaster for both sides. NRG, you have the credits at least to muster another full buy here, but you're running low on them. You're running low on Steam, and XSET, they themselves have decided to salvage what they can. They decided to go on an eco with Wipo, even on this eco, buying up the utils down to only 900 credits. So XSET definitely feeling the heat right now. Same thing with NRG. If this round goes the way of XSET, imagine what it's going to do further down the line. But NRG with their guns up against the pistols, you don't want to even have that out of the back of your mind.
Right, and the craziest thing is that some of these NRG players had actually like 8K credits just a couple of rounds before. The fact that both of these teams are kind of on verge could be very scary for either side, especially XSET. It has dipped in a little bit more economy than anticipated, but they could just work. We saw the effect of the judges from V1 just a bit earlier, but we're looking at a different different situation. But oh, the Owl Drone does its bottom. Let's go, Aaron. Right up front, has that gravity well, plugging out time. Oh no, Android shuts him down completely. That's the sight. No dramatics at all, Sully. XSET, you're just wiped.
Again, you just have to love the slow tempo from NRG. Into a quick burst. They didn't rush into it. They understood that if they tried to beat the Gravel out, they tried to beat the Star. Instead, they looked to bait it. You would have been just pulled right into the open arms of that judge from Aaron. So NRG, they will find themselves a 6, a guaranteed 6-6 scoreline, looking for a 7th after this one. XSET, it's all about damage here. Whatever you can get out of this one is going to be nice. Dap's looking for one more kill, so he only needs an ult for the lockdown, which he's going to get. So nice bonus for him. BCJ will surely get the Hunter's Fury, but the ultimates, again, they're lying on the side of NRG at the moment. Obviously, you can counter that lockdown that they're going to get with BCJ's Hunter's Fury. But NRG in full control right now, I feel, of this round.
Hunter's Fury versus Hunter's Fury. I want to see how EU ends up playing this one out, though, because EU could potentially do what most attacker Silvas do and just kind of launch it out early, try to spread out of sight. Would be good off of a retake, but BCJ, however, has to be very selective. The rest of NRG, they're playing up a 3-2 split. This time, Sully, the 3 lane around the B side, and they're actually trying to split mid.
Interesting. I think they're trying to anticipate the lockdown play. BCJ obviously playing mid area to try and help support his teammates with that Hunter's Fury. This time his impact with it hasn't been so impactful, and yeah, but he's going to have to use it here, unfortunately. So use another Cosmic Divider committed by Aaron. They've thrown so many ultimates here, all for nothing on the B site. It's just another fake in XSET. Now with the silence after such a huge ruckus, with 2 ultimates, even a 3rd committed, everything is quiet here, and NRG, again, calm, patient style. It's pulled rotations to B and left the A site severely weakened.
Is it, though? Because we still have Bit of
Oh,
potential, at least from the Astra. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Tex is just straight committing to this. He takes over complete advantage of Market and Aaron. I was about to say, he still has a lot of potential with those stars right next to him.
Oh,
and Aaron, oh! Wonderfully done from Aaron, and he's still going for more. Aaron, it doesn't need to be a Star War. He just has a rifle, and the firepower works. Almost like a laser in his pocket. Thwifo and BCJ take down the last two, and XSET reinvigorate themselves, get themselves back into this. It's 6-6, slugging back and forth, going into half number 2.
An unbelievable way to end it for Aaron. A massive triple just to close out the half. This first map is so close. Both of these teams, like you said, slugging it out, trading rounds. NRG looked to pull away just for a second. You can see the idea for that late exec because they know that it's just in the mind. Again, NRG with that very slow style, pulling these rotations back and forth. They knew XSET would have committed to a B hit after or a B rotate once the silence is gone. But it's like, again, the mindset is that they play so slow they could be anywhere on the map. And with XSET having no control towards A, they had to make the rotate back with that noise not being committed. And Aaron just puts a stop to it. Massive triple to open us up into the second half, and it's XSET who will now be on the attacking side for the pistol round.
Well, look at the setup now over towards A. Oh my, it's gonna be a little bit strong from Som at least. Has to get more than one. And Daps in the back line has all that util covering up Cat, but nobody cares. Pure just keeps holding down W and makes his way on. There goes that Nano Swarm covering up the heaven side. So many drops. Thwifo gonna be able to get one off the Nano Swarm. Aaron with another one. Texas now the last one remaining in a 1v2. Oh my. Gets the kill onto Aaron. I thought he had a chance against Thwifo, but everything just happens within a couple seconds, Sully. XSET get themselves a 7th.
Yeah, quick burst onto the site. Weeda didn't check his corner and ultimately got mowed down. But that kind of second where Som swung his head to face Weeded, an instant swing back towards A main. They won those early fights over towards the switch, over towards the back of sight. XSET were able to bust their way onto the site once more. 7-6 here as they will go full into their pockets, dig deep to get the buy-in. 2 Bulldogs is what they've decided to go for. So again, we're in that situation where if you can win this round cleanly, you'll have kind of an upgraded bonus with those 2 extra rifles in your pockets. It's XSET instead this time around. 1 alarm bot to watch for the A pressure. Just a casual watch towards B for any swing. It's XSET that are anticipating NRG to get aggressive on this eco.
Yeah, the only effect that NRG can really have on this round is just going to be off of these kind of choke point wars. Because you do have Som sitting up on A. Sitting up in A main with a shorty. With an alarm bot right next to him too, so he can't exactly move from this position or else he's going to get detected. But now for the rest of the players on B, just waiting up for that prey, and XSET might just be walking into it. We don't know yet though.
Looks like instead they're going to go back for a mid-split. BCJ, who's already used his power zone, they have nothing towards A except for the alarm bot. So I think at this point, you're kind of hoping, at least for the XSET side, that they decide to cancel it here. But no, they're going in. 3 players waiting. Again, it is just pistols, but right clicks are all it takes to take down a man.
Okay, Daps. Trying to go in, and now there's 3 people here. Look at that Nebula! No, nobody knows that he's here. Nobody knows that Android is just chilling. Now in comes the kills. And there you go. The Nebula gonna dissipate. Android gonna be able to get one. Still has to get the kill onto Pure, and oh wow. That could have been it. Android gets the kill onto Pure there. Nobody else is on site. Could pick up a gun and could continue at least his streak. But XSET, they still maintain it clean. 3 players remain at the end.
You were hoping that it maybe just a little bit from Android. A couple of nice right clicks to the head. You play the cheeky position. I thought Android was going to burst out maybe like a second earlier when the engagements were happening, but he's stuck in that Nebula, kind of letting his teammates do most of the work, try and just pop out as a surprise, as a little bit of a gift to XSET. But with XSET cleaning it up nicely, only losing 2. Minimal reinvestments. Pure can now sit back on the Bladestone with his friends in the armor. BCJ, though, the only one with kind of an oddball gun. He's going to have the Bucky on the attacking side. So you don't normally see Sovas entering with Buckies, so I wonder what he's got up his sleeve. Obviously, the long range not as effective. Who knows?
Oh, you doubt. Oh, you doubt. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. Let's see, BCJ. Let's see it, baby. Yeah, no, there's still a couple more moves to actually make your way through. There's multiple rifles, and BCJ tries to take the long way of it. XSET, it was just... whoa, okay, pure. Nice little schmovement there. Still getting the kill. I was about to say XSET, it was just triumphant. They're going to go down in a heap, and there goes the knives. The frenzy goes out, immediately takes down Tex, but still 3 players remain for NRG. They maintain the rifles. XSET, well, they have their own rifles coming up next.
You know, I thought Pierre for sure was going to find the top of Tex's head, but not to be had. Tex, now drop over a rifle. He himself is going to play with the Blade Storm this round. But, mentioned it, XSET with their rifles against NRG's rifles. What's the approach here? NRG playing a lot more passive on the defense. Really not looking for any early fights, at least as of now. We're only 2 rounds into this half, so who knows what is going to change. Our apologies, 3 rounds into this half, so who knows what could change. Is immediately Tex is looking for a very early fight at Android. He's going to be right behind him to support.
Ooh. Combination with the hot hands and the shock dart going right in towards the back of B main, but this could be a little bit too much attention from NRG over towards this spot, because look at this now. A site being pressured. We did down with a bit of a hot hand, but Daps, again, getting that contact is just so important. Just getting the audio output, making sure NRG on the tip of their toes. But still, NRG isn't exactly budging, but they've completely abandoned the B site. What am I saying? They're out and away, only leaving 1 over towards side, but XSET has no idea where they're going just yet. Could be a split.
Yeah, the noise made by the 1 orb being picked up from Weeded has kept 2 players towards the A side, which is nice for this split that's going to work in tandem with the 2 players in B main. Here's a break down that door. When does the dash come in? He's got 1 smoke, and all 3 players, they're resetting themselves on the site. They're going to try and work with these crossfires.
Oh, Tex up close and personal. He has those knives, but it's going to be Weeded and Thrivo combining on site, and BCJ strikes down the last pillar of defense for NRG. Man, that was so fast. I mean, you had really 3 players in 3 different positions here on the B side, and every single one of them end up losing out their battles. Unfortunate for Daps and Psalm. They have to save.
Yeah, Android, I think, maybe mistimed his flash and blinded, I think, Tex in that corner. And there was just a quick 1-2 burst from XSET onto the B site. 1-2 punch. Knock him out, NRG. Using those 3 players. Psalm is just going to look for exits here. He's committing to this fight. He's heard the noise. They're going to try and swing this together from both mid from the top of A rafters. But Daps, a slight tag. Yeah. If you're XSET, you don't want to over-engage into this fight, but Psalm might want to take an early swing. There's 1. Just a little bit of damage. Nothing really major here for the side of XSET, so you're going to be able to keep 4 alive. That's a, you know.
It's awkward. It's good. It's good, though. 4 players stay alive. 2 of them were just down to like 20 HP. Still chilling in the corner. All hugged up. You already know the vibes. Still NRG on the other side. Barely able to get those rifles back. Of course, off that save, their economy is still very much lacking. I do want to see this setup, though. Not exactly changing up all too much. Playing the KJ Asterisk combo on A. No attention over towards mid, and mid might be a target for XSET.
Doesn't feel like it'll be early on. Normally, they like to just like late work into it for splits. So there feels like the same theme is going on. The spike leaning heavy towards B. Both the Astra and the KJ on that A side. Possibly a work back here and towards mid. I think that's going to be the goal here for at least XSET. Ult here for Android. He's playing pivot between both sites, so he could use that, run it back to help the retake. And with Nebula going up early, Tex is going to take full control. He's got the opportunity to dash away if he feels a little bit over-engaged. And, well, EU is just taking the bait for him. Tex is in a prime position to maybe get a couple of multi-kills, but he will be cleared out here finally now with the hot hands. And, yeah, he's got to get out of there. Smoke's down. XSET can reset here after grabbing the orb.
Still a rough scenario though, because they still have that util potential over towards the A site. So XSET not exactly
we're gonna see
committing, but yeah, no, there you go. We could have that run it back going in early. Wait, yeah, there you go. We did going in. Still might run into 1 right through the nebula. There goes that run it back. Curveball in. We did so trying to find a body.
He killed the body.
Hold it! No, his running back expires before Android. So Android still gets a kill into Pure, and he's finding the back line. So a little bit awkward. 13 seconds left. Spike will be able to go down. And Android still approaching, making a couple of footsteps. There's still one in logs. He gets the kill immediately. Dap's now the last one remaining. Aaron still has a couple of stars too, if I'm not mistaken. Can just plug up Daps in this area. No, he's pretty much done. He's just looking for exits potentially. Just take it one by one. Okay, there you go. Yep, take it one by one, Daps. Let's down to turret. Still two in that back line. Double swing from XSET. Headshot from Daps. Oh, that could have been it. He gets a random headshot into the back. I think that was onto Thwifo, and we did in Thwifo barely survive with just about 40 to 50 HP on both of those players, but they still survive. And what a quick chaotic take. Everyone just following we did out.
Yeah, nice burst from XSET into that site. We did both run it backs being used, so we were going to eventually see that clash, but we did getting all the way into spawn as well to cut off any rotations preemptively. Perfect stuff, and then the rest of his team kind of just clearing out the site themselves after Weeded creates that space. NRG, 3 rounds left, possibly. Yes, they are on an eco here, so it's a gate open for XSET to get onto 11 at least. The orb grabbed up here for BCJ. It exec possibly to the A side, but the spike still leading towards B. Maybe XSET want to pull the wool over the eyes of NRG again, similar to how they've been doing and do another fake here, but it's a slow tempoed start. XSET, they get the orb control. They're going to reset themselves. Group back up and for an early hit, the owl drone. Weeded up top of the deck with that swing as BCJ forced to back away, and here it comes. The site's been opened up here, and they're going straight in.
Oh, there goes Weeded. Daps! Oh! Shut it down, Daps! Daps getting 2. He's still sitting around in cat, but my, oh my.
And
it's the Wild West. The sheriffs have come up big, and there goes that lockdown. The plane's still trying to go in. It's lockdown v lockdown. It's looking like a Venn diagram at the moment over towards that A site. Daps still trying to fight up. That lockdown gonna be able to cover up pretty much everyone. So that spike just gonna delay more and more time, and multiple players might just get detained. No, only one this time. EU. Only surviving away. They're going to plug up the site. There's nobody towards that mid site.
Get a flank.
Multiple smokes, and there you go. They do have that flank. Aaron towards the mid side. Aaron towards Cat, but nobody expects this. Nobody expects this. Aaron going to be able to go one. They still have EU around the corner, and this one's just all easy peasy. EU only has a judge to work with, and XSET, although dramatic, they make it work in a pretty light fashion off of Aaron's good position.
Late lurk. He even wrapped all the way back. He kind of just sat towards the top of, or the back of A main and ready to make that flank, lurking back through links as well. XSET, that was just kind of their failsafe. But NRG, man, Daps with a huge double to reset and throw down that lockdown. Almost nearly could have swung the round, but the Wipo with an instant response with one of his own. Daps is going huge, man. He's currently 19-11, leading NRG, only 2 kills behind the top fragger of the server, Pure. That just shows the impact that he's having just on a Sentinel. But now they need to flip a switch. Again, one more round and XSET find themselves on map point possibly, and a carpet to close it out as NRG's cash will just not be existent here. Tex with an early peek with the operator. Both smokes go in, and now he's going to focus to the top.
There goes that shot back. Tex utilizing his dash of the interaction with Puro towards the lower side. There goes yet another ult orb. We did. Most likely going to have his run it back by the next round. Still very isolated coverage. This B site's starting to get weaker, though. It's only EU around. Hunter's Fury early. If they can somehow find EU... Did EU just jump over the Hunter's Fury? That's so clean. Oh, EU still trying to hold it down, calling out for a rotation, has that recon bolt in, and Pure takes him down. 3 more players remaining for NRG off the retake. Make that only 2. And yeah, that's pretty much it. BCJ just holding it down. Tex with that op, he's got to run.
Slips through. Okay, he's chilling. I don't know if he's going to be able to get away scot-free because it's 40 seconds till detonation, so that's 40 seconds to hunt this guy down. And Tex with the operator might be running right into Pure, who is towards top mid. Who wins this fight? Can they get the op out of his hands for possibly the last round? No.
Wait, here we go again. We did around the corner. Oh, the quick scope not gonna happen. 12-7 though. NRG in such a tough spot.
Match point.
Yeah, thankfully, they have a little bit of a backup.
Yeah, look at this.
Hop. Quick hops. ECJ.
Oh, it was barely gonna hit him if he didn't jump. Yo.
Dang, that boy got moves. He timed it as well.
Yeah,
He timed
yeah,
it. I
yeah.
thought he was like jumping off of the ledge, but no, he was like in the back of pathway and just jumped, hopping on over it. Got his Jordans on. NRG. They need theirs. They need their own Jordans. Everyone does to jump back to an OT. 5 rounds in a row. 5 opportunities in the buy. It's definitely not going to be in their favor. 2 Spectres. Lockdown not available, which had been kind of the bailout card, it felt like. So they really have only the Hunter's Fury, a fight in towards B main. Who comes out on top?
We did still fighting. Gets up that first pick. Android up close and personal with that curveball, and there you go.
Down.
The utilization of the Hunter's Fury. That's a massive one. Something that we were anticipating, at least over towards A main, but B main is as tight as it can get. So good kill, at least back from EU. Wifo placing down a nanoswarm. Nobody popping just yet. Instead, there's a nanoswarm right in his face. And Daps actually wants to hug the corner. There's no flashes, so Thwifo just goes out dry right into the cold hands of Daps. And this time wasting is just allowing the rotation to go in slowly but surely. And Weeded goes out right as Android emerges from heaven. So well done from NRG, well timed. And it all came down to that B hold more than anything.
Yeah, phenomenal use of that Hunter's Fury. A very opportune moment as well. You lose that first player in Tex. Android tossing out curveballs to delay and allow EU to kind of catch them dazed and confused with this Hunter's Fury. NRG are able to stave off one more round, but XSET, how long are NRG going to be able to keep this up? They've been able to get their ults back online. Android's got his run it back. Same thing with We Did. So I wouldn't even be surprised if we see again an exchange of run it backs here on this B site. As stars are galore on this B site. It's again going to be a clash of the run it backs. We Did ready and raring to go.
Oh, okay, We Did yanked back, but he already spotted 2 in short. Is bound to find a couple more. That recon ball doing so much information play for this team. It's run it back, be run it back, and neither one of them end up getting any frags. But everyone from XSET is still around this courtyard area, still trying to emerge out. Tex with a big one. You still have EU right in the corner, I think, but nobody from XSET is making any moves towards this site. NRG, the only thing that they can do is wait. XSET, this is such a tight battle. At any moment, things could just get so dicey. They're playing crossfires, and it just doesn't work at all. EU with a short burst right onto We Did. So clean, actually. Everyone from XSET goes down instantly. NRG 9-12.
Okay, NRG, they're right back into it, man. How many comebacks have they made in the past? They did it against LG. They did it against Immortals to qualify. Well, they might be doing it here again. XSET with 3 more opportunities and possibly what could be one of their last buys before NRG can find themselves into possibly 12 and OT. XSET, this is a round where you cannot lose, I feel. You lose this round, you're going to be reset. NRG have a chance to get onto 11. And then you just only have 1 round for as your margin of error. NRG, keep up that tempo. They haven't again gone for any early control. It's just a little bit of a jiggle peek back towards B main. Now they've got the info. The goal here should be to make rotation back to A, but look at this lockdown. So much support offered here to Som.
Oh, Som. Oh. Although making space, We Did. Just jumps right through. Like there's nobody even there. EU, however, takes back a kill over in heaven. Tex, look at the speed on him. He's trying to wrap all the way back into A main, and he could come in at such an opportune time.
He's going to get spotted by this turret, though, and as soon as the turret goes off, you have a storm, but that's going to divert their attention, and it makes a tiny opening.
But he's still chilling. All right, finally he takes down the turret, so he has to go out. Android dropping right into his own hot hands. Tex getting a kill at the BCJ. These last 2 players are stuck in hell. Cooped up together. Android shuts it down with a 2K. Tex's position comes up big in A main as he takes down BCJ. Wow, XSET breaking down again, but the take was clean.
Yeah, that instant swivel, focusing back on attacks who was coming through B main, that instant reaction coming out from XSET gave just a tiny opportunity, a moment's hesitation for Android to throw up the blaze wall, drop down with 2 curveballs, fully blind their opponents, and just mop them up underneath. 1 more round here. and NRG will have themselves within 1 round of OT. 2 to go. And XSET, those opportunities are slipping. They have the credits to buy. I was mistaken in the last, but you can see the sacrifices. Light shields for we did. It's even only got 1 curveball now this time. So XSET running out of chances, running out of time, and NRG are closing this gap. They can play retake on this A site with that lockdown. Cosmic Divide as well to help delay. It's a disastrous scenario to be in if you are XSET.
And again, they're risking it all with his buy. They have the cash to work with, and they're just throwing it all in now. Nanostorm hitting the back, recon bolt in the middle of sight, right off the pick early on from Zombs, and he gets himself a second, instantly traded back by Pure. Still 2 over towards that heaven area. Tex can be a hero here. Still playing pivot, couple of players dropping by. BCJ spotted out back into A main.
Yeah.
As he does have that Hunter's Fury.
I was going to say, he also has double shock darts.
Lockdown.
So you need to delay this in the lockdown. That's going to bait out the Hunter's Fury, so now they've only got shock darts.
Whoa, Daps! He walks right through! He walks through the Hunter's Fury! He uses the Hunter's Fury as sort of like a smoke! Anything, really! Covers up his swing, he gets 2 kills, BCJ goes down, NRG! What a rally! 11-12, 1 round away from pushing it into overtime.
Major commitments from NRG, and it's all to get them onto this 1 round deficit to bring us to OT. Dwifo, though, is only 1 off of his lockdown. That, again, could just be a game changer. Pure with the Bladestorm as well. So, again, we go into a situation where it's a decent buy against the full buy of NRG. XSET, your last chance to close it out in regulation. NRG are knocking. No ults to bail them out at all, except for Psalm's Cosmic Divide. But how useful is that going to be as an instant reaction? Recon both gets no information, so EU can't find anything off this spam. And on the other side of the map, an Owl Drone, and it's pulled 2 rotations, Gus. Instantly, Weedon and Pure have kind of slid back towards A, but realizing now it's a fake, they come back to help B.
Okay. So NRG second guessing themselves and comes. Okay. That Owl Drone only able to spot out 1, but wow, XSET immediately in retaliation to that Owl Drone, they just make their way out, and the Cosmic Divide going up. Android EU holding it down. Android still has short. What an angle from Android. Getting the headshot onto Aaron from the floor. BCJ 1v5 goes down. Flawless is the name of the game. NRG, the man of the hour. 12-12, we're going into overtime.
To bring it all the way back from 12-6 deficit, even maybe a little bit more. NRG have fought tooth and nail just to get back to this point. XSET with, again, a huge lapse in judgment in terms of working these entries and getting shut down by NRG on those stacks. 2 rounds is what they need to win. The goal here is 14. As NRG, with all of this momentum, you got to imagine the reset XSET now need to break. I mean, the mental fortitude for NRG to bring it all the way back. You're just nearly over the line. You just need 2 more to go. They've got everything swinging in their way. And XSET, well, the positioning is very optimal here. 3 players in garden ready to help transition. Grab will at least deny a little bit of information, but ultimately it will force these players out.
Not optimal, to say the least. The stars are being expended very early, but Aaron, good timing. Now he has to play up Jenny all by himself. So unfortunate, but Tex takes it away. Pure plugged out by at least a cloud burst, and everyone from NRG just playing this site to a T, hugging walls, hugging corners, no eyes being on them. No pixels out, no nothing. In comes at least that Owl Drone. A couple of players coming over towards Cats. You still have 1 in A main. And this is just way too tough. XSET is taking this slow, but off this pop, NRG has such good positions to work with. But there you go. They don't even need to pop. Thwipo and BCJ all getting kills. We did stacking up too. Now it's all Daps. Daps still has 150. Goes right through the hot hands. Has to take down Weeded. Weeded down to 11 HP. And XSET win back the round. How does that happen? It happened so quickly.
A slow mannered take from XSET, right? You take your time, you work your way out as a group. All of that focus is towards heaven because BCJ is just such a menacing figure with that Odin. You gotta account for the drop out of heaven. The swing comes in from Garden. perfect retake from XSET, and you can see the timing. Thwaipo kicks it off with one. BCJ is able to just barely catch Tex, and NRG, you lose the opening round on your attacking side. It was definitely your least favored side, but now XSET, they've got to go through the struggles, the trials and tribulations of winning now their offense. And NRG, you win this, we go to a second OT. We're not done just yet. XSET, this is where they struggled, and they might be falling into the same trap of another 3-player stack on B.
Struggled a little bit, but still overall they ended up getting 6 rounds out of this half. Out of just the attacking side alone. Let's see if they can bring back that fire.
Wow.
Tex! Oh, baby! Getting 3! BCJ and Thwaipo now remaining. That can be made. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It happens again in one fell swoop. XSET, they want to touch any one of these sites, and NRG just has an instant response.
What do you even do now if you're XSET? Nothing to bail you out. BCJ can get a Hunter's Fury, but
yeah,
4 players here. 3rd possibly, but no. dapr is just going to stick around on that A site. You get a kill here, but what after that? You've still got to deal with 2 more players. You need a crazy entry again from XSET. And with 35 seconds left, the time is definitely not on your side. You need to get going or reroute back towards mid, but their position has been revealed and Som can swing.
I just find it so goofy that BCJ is just running around with his LMG, trying to make space. And indeed, in they go. Rifles out, dapr in a cheeky angle. Doesn't take down both. Instead, it's Android there who hustled into spawn. As the rotation from XSET came in, 13 to 13, his second overtime. Sully, fun fact. XSET and NRG have faced off twice in the past. XSET winning both times, both in 2-0 fashion, but every single round count, every single one, went down to at least a 13 to 11.
Jeez.
14 to 12 on bind, back in Challengers 1. Unbelievable, these two. These two go tight as heck every single time, and we're seeing yet another classic.
It's gotta be, man. We're in double OT now. All it takes is one slip up from either of these teams. NRG winning on the attack. Well, we've seen what both teams can do in the defense. It's most certainly the favorite sides. Yes, the halves were 6-6, but most of the success has definitely been found on the defense. XSET posted up with a lot of util in front of A main, and it's slow here again. NRG, they want to feel out the map, not walk into another stack like they did last time. The retake potential for XSET is still extraordinary. You have Pier sitting behind the double stack, the default boxes, the Radianite boxes. And a minute left. Spike starting to creep its way back. We've seen again lurks coming out from the Jet duelists. Pier in particular for XSET. This time it's Tex, who's just trying to create something individually.
BCJ taking on a little bit of noise over towards B, but this is actually dragging out attention from 3 players here on the B side. It's going to come down to 2 on A, and there you go! NRG have broken through, taking down at least 2, but you still have Thwaipo. Thwaipo in a good angle. Able to take down 2! Thwaipo just banging a couple of shots through the corner of the wall! And blindly, he ends up getting a second. So just like that, dapr and Tex. Last 2 players remaining.
And there's still
78.
util.
Oh, still just a little bit of util. It's mainly for that post plant. Thwaipo is still on site. Can he get more? He certainly can! Thwaipo with a 3rd in the lockdown. Why not just launch it? dapr has to fight this. He has to get the plant. No, yeah. Wait, whoa. It's a 1. What? The 1v1 out of nowhere in dapr!
You should run.
With barely any time remaining, gets the headshot, pushing NRG to 14 to 13. What just happened?
I'm in disbelief over this. I thought surely I was in the same mindset.
I thought it was done.
Down, you gotta win the round there. Oh my goodness, dapr. It started with that single kill. And then where does he find this other one? I don't know how he isolates this 1v1. A second left on the clock. If Thwaipo is able to stay around that Jenny for 1 more second, they win that round, and we have a 14-13 in favor of XSET. And NRG, that was their weakened side. Both these teams struggled on the offense in the later stages, and well, NRG just broke the curse. They've got the lead, and now they're on the defense.
Sully, literally pixels, seconds, milliseconds separate these 2 teams. We're in it for the long haul. And now we've made it to the side where XSET has not won a single round in 6 straight attempts. They've lost 6 in a row on the attacking side. It's not looking too great. The odds are against them. NRG maintaining at least 2 over towards that A side, that same KJ Astra combo.
Yeah, well, there's only one player here, though. Spot one out towards mid. I'll give them the info that he's run back towards A, which is the idea that he's running back to some of his teammates. But in reality, he was thinking a little bit ahead of the curve. He's predicting that this is going to end up being a B play, but no, it's a work up towards mid. A split into the site. 4 players arriving for NRG. The gate has been opened. Who knows what awaits on the other side? It's the Dwightfo. Great opening.
Dwightfo, big one. It's our first man advantage in a while, but it still could get exposed. EU and Soft Android in a wonderful position. Could shut it all down for map 1, and they do it. XSET had a man advantage, but from there, all of it falls apart. And
for this tiny change, this tiny composition change for both sides as well, with the KJ Android no longer playing, obviously the Phoenix and Tex no longer playing his signature Raze, where we saw them take it against Immortals and LG. So who knows what's to happen here. XSET though will be starting here on the attack as NRG with a 1-0 lead are looking to maybe bounce XSET to the lower bracket in 2-0 fashion.
And what a lower bracket that would be. It's already starting to heat up more and more. Oh my god! Oh my god! What just happened there? Of course, that guiding light ended up going over towards the mid side, but man, just the fact that they just end up walking right into 3 players, 4 players, trying to rotate back to B, ends up giving them a massive gift. As they take down 2 players. So Aaron, how does Aaron even get on the flank too? So many flanks going in, and they're combining. Aaron's now the last person remaining in a 1v2. That nade, not hitting him. And dapr just ran right through the B site, and he comes back over on A. It's almost like these spawns have flipped. It's not like XSET is playing an attacking side. They're on the defensive side, it seems. The spike hasn't even gone down yet. Aaron just holding down in the corner. The turret, okay, it does aim down on 1. I wonder if they actually do have the direction, though, on where Aaron is. I think the turret, just off of a late plant. Just kidding. They still have that crossfire up, and there you go. Yeah, Aaron is completely done, it seems. The satchel going in. Daps around the corner. He has almost full HP. 31 on Android, and that's it. NRG, they dodge what was just a massive flank from XSET, but that one just works.
A very quick push in towards market, and then a quick backtrack to take the 2 players out of showers. It was Aaron who had a very clear head to just say, okay, I'm gonna wait. My teammates, if they can win their fights, I'll be there to support, but if not, I can maybe try and salvage like a 1v3 out of it. But with the low HP that he had and the quick reactions from NRG, didn't seem like it was bound to happen. So XSET will kick things off in 0-1 deficit on the series score and on this map scores. NRG will dig deep into their pockets for Spectres. Tex, the only one with the frenzies. He's looking to maybe get an op later down the line.
And that's the anticipation for a lot of these players. Vine being a little bit more of an extensive map in terms of firepower, so we could see those, could see that op. But this one just goes very quick. We see the SMGs just trying to fight up towards the hookah area, and, well, nobody from NRG goes absolutely nuts in terms of frags. It's just a huge farm in the mid side. And just like that, that's XSET dropping yet another round. The pistols are still around.
Saw him using that gravel to cause a delay and allow himself to swing with players vulnerable. Bought time for that jump into TP, the support from Android. So NRG, with XSET forcing kind of heavily into that round, it's going to put them now with, again, just pistols. NRG, this is their bonus. An opportunity to kind of create 2 bonuses in a row if you can keep most of your players alive. You go into the next round where XSET have the rifles, hold on the guns you've got, and you can build that economy crazily high.
Oh, you sure can. I think XSET, however, just dipping too much cash into the last round just kind of leaves them in that awkward position. They could be able to take back the rifles here, and NRG kind of realizes that, all holding on to their SMGs, because again, it is a bonus. But XSET's kind of doing the classic bind move of just going for a wide default.
Guiding light's being tossed out. I don't know what the exact plan is here. Obviously, you want to maybe get a pick to try and set yourself up, but you've just been exposed. You had to make a move, and you walk right into the crosshairs of 2. NRG now looking for their 3rd round, nice and clean. Easy does it. 3 players left, 45 seconds. The spike still not made a full commitment, but now it's leaning towards B, where a crossfire with Tex and both Som await. They're going to work their way back long. There's a chance maybe they could get a kill, get a spike down, but again, you have to worry about that hookah control, which is, I think, the biggest issue at the moment.
30 seconds left.
Ooh. Yeah, that recon bolt going right back in, and it ends up getting a whole lot of information. EU, well timed to say the very least. And it's going to help out their team on just maintaining this round incredibly clean. All the SMGs stay in their hands. A singular player goes down. The ultis are starting to build. XSET, they don't get anything back in their favor. So we do finally have the rifles back in their favor, Sully.
Yeah, but look at the economy of NRG, man. They're basically going to be able to build 9K up after
thriving.
this round if they can win it. Bonus. It's a double bonus, and those are the risks that you take if you're XSET, if you want to try and force into that second round. And yeah, attack pause, I think, is very much needed because you know the economic situation that NRG are going to be in. This is a must-win round, I think, because if NRG win this one, they build their credits up to 9K. They start to get ults online. They have a 4-0 lead, and it is just so easy to pull away with momentum, with credits. You put, again, XSET in that terminal position of just having to buy back over and over and having to reset themselves and take eco rounds. It's definitely not a favorable position. So NRG, with their credits, XSET with their tack, need to figure something out to break through.
And yes, of course, we do have that tactical pause. And it's very much necessary for XSET because, again, this round, them losing this out, or really just coming out of this with only like 2, maybe 1 player remaining, just puts them in such a pit. So they have to make this not only as clean as possible, but they also just have to secure a win. So the tactical pause just being used up, see what they have in the crevices of their strat book, get Psycho in the call, make something happen. Here comes XSET. Multiple stars being placed up on the A site. There's just 5 sitting around kind of those choke points. And you still have Android on the front side. It's only Android.
Oh, but look at this swing with that deep smoke. They can take this TP, and wow, that is a huge gamble in Tex. Looking for an early fight. It's just a crunch in the showers, and man, they are bathing. NRG quickly sweeping things up. Yeah, the spike is going to go down, but now you've got to face 4 more players.
Yeah, no, the showers, the water got a little bit too cold, and everyone just got iced out. Wonderfully done from NRG. I mean, I just can't believe it. Them just going almost dry over towards that long area. Then they make their way into teleporter. Now it's just Dwifo and BCJ. Let's see what they can pull off, though. Both sitting up in U-Haul. And an alarm bot up, too. Ooh, Dwifo, BCJ, both in such a tough position. Those shock darts going out very early. Zom just holding on to the brunt of the damage. The recon bolt goes in. The spike will be able to get defused. I think, yes, it will. Although it's out in the open. Lots of kills going back and forth. BCJ and Dwifo collecting up to 3. And BCJ gonna stay alive with that rifle. But XSET's economy is down in the dumps. NRG icing out XSET.
There's that situation that we talked about. Now that NRG have won kind of their second bonus in a row, they can get the rifles back. Look at the credits they've got. 9K for Tex, 5K for Android, 4.5 for Daps. I mean, you have the 4-0 lead. It is, again, so easy to just pull away after you've had these first 4 rounds. And XSET, economy abysmal. 0 credits for Dwifo. He's got no util to work with as well. NRG looking to break the back here of XSET here in the first half is approach towards long. Stars at the ready. Owl drone to clear. The rotations are imminent. You can see the TP is an open spot here for the rest of NRG on the other side.
It sure is. Really, really is. Because it starts to get tough if XSET even want to bail out of this. Because look at A. We just have a sea of black over towards short. Look at how much util is here. You have, I think, 2 stars, 1 alarm bot, 2 nano swarms, and a turret, all here on this A side alone. If XSET wants to approach A, they're walking into the jaws of the beast. On B, however, it's where all the manpower stays.
Oh no. Pull back, never mind. Leaning back
Whoa,
here
okay.
is going to be NRG.
Look at this.
Here to try and open that.
No way.
The showstopper, it goes the other way. Can they get the trade? Yes, they can.
Yeah, but there's still 2 in hookah, and they have no clue that there's 2 in hookah. Som able to get 2 out of this. BCJ with a flank up in mid. And again, they have no information that there's 2 in hookah. Now they finally do. Tex finally goes on, and Aaron holding it down. Aaron with a 3K. Jumps right into hookah. 8 HP remaining. And XSET, I mean, slow and steady wins the race. They take their time over on the B site. And although hookah was heavily populated, NRG just had no hold whatsoever on the B site.
Yeah, I mean, those are kind of the parallels of having hookah control and having really no one towards sites. And once you lose that site control, all it's going to take is just players to focus you up. They can dump utility in, they can just take early fights, and that was the only access point that NRG had into that retake. So XSET fully focused on it, able to shut down those 3 players, or apologies, Aaron was able to shut down those 3 players. They will pick up their first round. NRG's momentum has been swept beneath them, but again, those credits they had built up was always going to be enough. Now, Abs is looking to evade here. BCJ not going to net a kill. That's a first in a while, but here we go, straight into the A site with a Cosmic Divide.
Cosmic Divide, Recon Bolt to try to clear out the back of sight. You still have Android in a pretty good spot. He could just get flanked on by multiple players, and indeed he does. We did end up getting the kill. Cosmic Divide still up. EU with a Hunter's Fury, nailing through, getting a whole lot of pings. So Daps playing around, and the Seekers chasing him down, so they know that Daps is just around this green box. The turret finds one. We did. Off the off angle. Daps only has 35 HP. How does he win that against BCJ? Finally, the lockdown isolates most of the NRG players. But look at this position from Tex. Oh, Tex! Massive frag. Spike is now down. 40 seconds left. Aaron somehow needs to clutch this up. He puts down a smoke. Puts down a nebula right in the middle. Spike is technically in his control, but he's actually trying to fight Tex as we go through. No shot! Wow! He actually does go for it, and he does win. Spike now in his control. 20 seconds left. EU not making any noise whatsoever. If Aaron wants to turn back, he could just get flanked on, and EU sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Right around the corner takes him down. NRG in such a tough position. I mean, XSET just take it back, and they lose it. It's tough, man. They had it, and then they lost it, and then they had it, and then they lost it.
You know, all those ultimates committed as well for XSET. You thought they had that in their back pocket with the Seekers, the Lockdown, the Cosmic Divide, the Hunter's Fury, literally everything being used there for XSET, and unfortunately NRG were just able to somehow sweep things back. A little bit of a couple of bursts, I think, through that Cosmic Divide, just caught the rest of XSET unaware, and down 5-1. It's disastrous to say the very least. You are XSET. Another buy still in the cards, another buy in the works. Tex losing that operator has nothing to bank on except for his own rifle. NRG have slowed down the push. Some utility has caused a little bit of an issue for XSET. They want to slow down the tempo, maybe try and cut noise, fake out their opponents, draw NRG back to that A site, which it looks like it has. Saw him pulling back over towards A. Granted, he can just drop stars on the other side of the map and activate to support.
Right. Yeah, no, it's just tough in terms of that whole type of setup. And then XSET, in terms of actually making their way on, they have very restricted util to do so. We did still has a guiding light to potentially get a little bit of that information, but again, it's going to have to come down to all of this utility. If Daps can stay alive, but there you go. That's the linchpin gone, essentially, in terms of that hold. Now it's just EU, meaning now in a 1-on-4, holding it back, gets the kill. Up front and center, run onto Aaron, but BCJ takes it back. That's the B side, all theirs. But no, it's not all theirs. There's 2 players just walking out. And there you go. They combine Psalm and Android. Some huge frags to just plug out this B site. A very fast rotation, to say the very least. Now it's just down to Thwifo. And 1v2 places down the turret. Nobody taking it down just yet. And nobody peeking, period. Thwifo thinks that he's safe. But look at the crossfire. Psalm sitting over towards Long. Takes him down. 6 now for NRG. NRG are starting to heat up.
Oh, great delay from EU. Soloing that site and at least picking up one, or at least trying to draw the players away from the main point, which was elbow, where they were looking for control. Allows rotations to come in. TP from Tex as well draws attention away. XSET looking at a 7-1 here, possibly, with just Sheriffs, just a Spectre to work with. And if you are XSET, what changes can you make? NRG are just... It's a lot of individual skill, it feels like. Tex coming up huge at times. What do you really do here now if you're XSET? Obviously not much here with the pistols, but when you get that buy back, some change needs to be made. I think the only one that can really happen is you just got to try and full send into a site and burst up, but there's just so much util everywhere from NRG to cover the extremities.
XSET kind of going away from their default mentality a little bit early on in the game, too. They're just committing to this A site, and the satchel landing right in front of dapr, and dapr just continues to click away. Android now coupled up with Som. He starts to at least sweep this up, but okay, Thwifo could just get an easy plan here, I would like to think. But Tex, I thought Tex was more than on his way for a rotation, but he's actually around the middle there, and now he's just playing cat and mouse there. Oh no! Tex cuts him off. So smart from Tex to even get there. Sense that he could be doubled back on, but yeah, 7-1 going back towards the side of NRG. This next round should be a little bit more entertaining, as yes, XSET will have the rifles.
Look at this, so clean, dapr, calm, collected, and Waifu, you hope there's an opportunity. He's running marathons around them, but yeah, NRG with those guns, it's XSET who will get them back. It's that war of attrition, that vicious cycle of having to buy, losing the round, getting reset, having to eco, and then going back and again, back and forth. It's vicious. And XSET are experiencing it in full capacity. Crossfire here held again. A bait and switch. EU taking all the heat, breaking the owl drone so that his teammate can't get spotted. And yeah, Som is just going to go unchecked, free for one, and a TP to bail.
It's a free one, EU. Okay, there you go. Yet another off angle. It's the battle of off angles, essentially, for a lot of these players on NRG. Still the last two remaining for XSET, Sweded, and BCJ. Currently taking up real estate here on the B site. The Cabbages, the Seekers, they go out. Not able to get all too much. Two of the Seekers go back into hookah, so there's just an inkling that these players are there, and indeed there are two there. And one in CT. So they do have that information. They are just chilling. Waiting out for that execution, but that showstopper. Clearing outside, just blasted into long. Right in the middle of the dark. Android strikes down onto We Did. Now BCJ watching out for that ping. Has to take down 3 players here. And the clip is just simply not enough. The fuse goes in. Yet another shutdown of XSET. NRG pulls it off.
There you go, man. NRG still keeping it so clean even when XSET find a way to get rifles. That was the round where X said, you need to find a way to make a change. Now I think this scoreline is just so far-fetched for XSET to pull back. It's guaranteed, I think, at least a 9-3 scoreline. I say that, but you never know. XSET might just pull it out of the back pocket with 3 rounds in a row. The way NRG have been playing, individually, they have just been insane. There's no like pinpoint crazy rotations. They are just individually popping off. And XSET, how do you battle against a team like that? NRG, their win condition for a lot of people was everyone needs to pop off. Everyone needs to be in that 30 bomb frag mode, which we've seen time and time again before. And they're fully in it.
Oh my, NRG. Setting up 4 here on side already. And XSET almost just get completely denied over towards bathroom, and the spike carrier in terms of BCJ goes down from the elevated area where Som is sitting. Yeah, oh, that shock dart actually takes down Wheat. That was full contact. Goes down. 2 players still for XSET on the other side of the map, and look at the amount of util on B still.
Yeah, I mean, good heavens, dapr can just throw the lockdown whenever he pleases. He's got that elbow control. He's got sight control in the form of that swarm and alarm bots. It's going to take time to clear. It's going to take time for them to get the spike down. And yeah, delay. Lockdown in effect. What do you do here for your XSET?
Okay, gravity. Well, but dapr wins it. Lockdown be lockdown. They're not even get the spike. They're not even going to get the spike done to really make that lockdown be lockdown worth it. And 2. What? What just happened? Did they confuse their own lockdown? They just confused their own lockdown for their opponent's lockdown. The Venn diagram. All too confusing. Man.
I think there were 2 reasons why they got locked down. Is obviously the first one, like you said, the Venn diagram just confuses the heck out of you. Or look at how risky this cross is. It's 2 things could have happened. Is either they just decided not to cross, and they were like, we have to gamble this. We gotta hope that it's our lockdown and that kind of thing. But who knows? At that point, NRG just They could have knifed him, man. They could have just BM'd him if they wanted to, but man. Great play from dapr. He's been the pinnacle so far of his NRG lineup, dropping 30 in that first map, and he comes up big there in that round.
Well, now we have to regroup. XSETs making their way through, at least over towards that A site. This time the KJ has pivoted once again. I love this versatility. I love just this inch decision making and pure. Oh my God! The combo that we've been waiting for. Gravity well coupled up with a nano swarm, and he takes down 2. NRG, they got it all covered. They can frag you down and they can beat you without even looking at you. Android now, just around the okay, that's awkward. Both Thwifo and Android throw out util at each other at the exact same time. They could have just shot each other. We did. Still on the very edge of the cosmic divide. Spike could be able to go down, but they're just trying to expend all options possible before they end up doing so. And finally, it's there. XSET with a big chance.
That chance is starting to slip as the info's revealed. We did. Oh, he's able to transition from 1, but they know where he is. Can't gun down the 2nd.
Thwifo still on U-Haul. Aaron needs this kill, but both players. Okay, no, never mind. Thwifo's still alive. Thwifo's still alive. Trying to take down Android. Saw him just going for the defuse. Takes on a headshot, but that is it. Double digits for NRG before the half even ends.
This is outrageous from NRG. Again, that cool, calm collectivity when they're going into these retakes, right? They're not rushing anything. I feel like not once have we seen just run and gun into the retake, and that's such a huge difference from what we normally see from NRG. The great combos as well in this second map. My goodness, NRG are bringing it out in full force, 10-1, last round of the half, and if they get to 11 here, all it's going to take is 2 rounds. Now, they made the comeback on Ascent, but it was 6-12 then. Coming back 12-1, possibly 11-1. It's just, I hate to say it, I just do not think it's possible.
Okay, well, you think that it's not possible. I think statistics are with you there. That it's improbable. You know,
okay. That's fair. That's fair.
You know, I'm not gonna say impossible. I'm gonna say more improbable. But yeah, we still have another round on our hands. Tex trying to go big here, covered up with one of the seekers. BCG trying to go big with a judge, and Tex, who stayed alive in the corner, finally pops out with an updraft alongside his knives, and just like that, XSET, the plethora of frags going back with a judge. Well, they're making it work. Now look at this crossfire. It's very similar to what NRG played against one of the XSET players just a little bit ago. One over towards Tin Can, and it's that same setup. dapr puts down a turret. And look at this peek. And there you go. Aaron could have taken him down. Thwifo could have taken him down. 12-10. Oh, what am I saying? 2-10. Sorry, I can't speak.
You know,
but we are finally into the second half.
I'm gonna say that I was intentionally trying to jinx this game, and that's because I just want to see more Valorant, man. Who knows? I intentionally was saying that the comeback is impossible. I said if it's 11-1, there's no way they make the comeback. Well, hey, it's 10-2. The comeback is now on, so who knows? XSET, all jokes aside, 8 rounds to go to at least tie things up, and then 10 to bring us to at least a possible map 3. Granted, they need 11 here to bring us to a map 3. It's outlandish. It's improbable, like you were saying, but it's not impossible.
Right, the last map was dramatic, but it was dramatic because we were at a 6-6 half.
Exactly.
This is just totally different. XSET, oh my god. I was about to say, XSET need an explosive start to this half to really make things worth it. And look at this. Every single body for XSET, except for one, stacked up in short.
Oh.
And it's we did. You only need we did, really. Fragging out, catching 2. Saw him around the corner, looking to farm. Gonna be able to get 1, but no more than 1. Last 2 players remaining now, dapr and Tex. Stomping up into short from the mid side. Your teammate Thwifo hasn't spotted anything long either, hasn't heard anything. The owl drone gonna be able to catch 1. Thwifo TP's in, and they can't get the spike. It's a no man's land.
Hold on, no one's looking dapr way. No one is looking dapr way. No, he needs to clear this corner.
Whoa, no,
there they go. No, dapr.
No way.
Checks one corner and he has a chance, but nothing at all. It will be a 30th for XSET. Tex is messing around. If he's able to get a kill, you know, it's at least a charge to the ult, but no way, Jose, he's gonna pull that off. 10-3, XSET Similar fashion to NRG in the first pistol round on their defensive side. They got aggressive towards short.
Yeah, which isn't something that we saw too much from NRG either, right? We didn't see NRG getting all too extensive over towards their own spots. It's really just been XSET dictating the pace, which isn't exactly optimal as an attacking sided team. But them pushing it out as the defensive side, not too bad, not too bad. But that's just the pistol. They still have a whole lot more steps if they even want to think about pushing this one further, Sully. So the SMGs are around. This one should just be a little bit of a cleanup.
I thought the recon bolt got blocked is what I thought. I thought he was
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm
thought it
grenade out.
like bounced into it and
Hawk
just
blocked.
bounced off.
Oh my god.
NRG,
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought so too. Man.
Regardless, the recon bolt. That's a bit of info. EU skating on by.
Yo, that's a
15 HP.
clean dart.
He's
Okay.
still alive, but only barely. Now, XSET with these 3 players, we talked about hookah control before. Well, XSET have got full control, so even if they make their way onto the site, they've got to worry about the other extremity, and well, no, they're just booking it straight over to A, where dapr has made very little progress.
Yeah, not a lot at all. Just that turret down right in front of him. If anything, he's just been waiting around short for anyone to approach him instead. Now look at Pure, expending a whole lot of those bullets just on the interaction short, and that ends up leaving him a little bit short in terms of trying to fight out bathroom. But instead now, nobody from NRG really able to make their way through. It's just some EU stuck in bathroom, and look at Aaron. Aaron just looking to stat pad a little bit. Nobody knows that it's here. Gonna be able to get one till Summer on the corner, and first we had the Hawk block, and now we have the Astra also holding that up. Okay, all right. I see you. 4 to 10. 4 to 10. Rifles do come back in the hands of NRG, and we haven't seen too much from NRG's attacking side to really mark any sort of criticism or analysis just yet. We just have to see how this one ends up going out, and it does seem like they're gonna go for the old faithful default potentially.
Yeah, look at those stars lined up as well out towards B long. So it's a heavy fight here from XSET to get this B long control, and I wouldn't even be surprised if they get this control to make an early TP. Yeah, 3. I think all 3 stars actually belong to Aaron, so he's looking for full control here. Now that they've got it, essentially, you force NRG now to focus back towards hookah, where you've got utility. You force them back towards the A site, where now you've got a 3-man stack. Just one part of the map in control of NRG, or apologies, XSET has just pulled everyone away from that area, and it's forcing them into their hand. But now with the smokes fading and nobody on XSET kind of capitalizing on that control, NRG are going to slowly retake the area.
Yeah, potentially so, but they're still trying to think about it. I mean, like you said, XSET not exactly aggressing all too hard over towards B, but still, NRG haven't even decided where they want to go. You have Tex getting a lot of great information.
He's all the way out. Nebula goes out. Apologies, he actually dissipates that. They win the fight here towards mid. They know the hit's coming. But look at this. Tex already on the site. His goal is to just get in defender spawn.
30 seconds.
Try and cut off rotations, but he's not going to be able to do that. He has to support his team in hookah.
Right, and they know the danger. They know that there's players already on the B site too, and there you go. Tex just takes down Aaron as he just bursts through the Nebula. And Thwyfo is still going. Thwyfo holding down the line with a vice grip. I love how he's being chased, and he's still just holding W, trying to fight up the mid side. Very valiant, to say the least. Still 2 players remaining now for NRG, Tex and Som. Coupled up with a crossfire right into the defensive side, and wow, BCJ, we did combined for the last 2, and now I'm starting to believe the improbable is starting to become possible.
That was just their bonus as well. XSET did not force anything. They kept the 5 Spectres they got from forcing up in the second round, so that is just huge bonuses to XSET, and NRG are definitely going to feel it here. You let now an 8-round lead slip away, possibly now to just 4, given the fact that you're here on an eco. Thwyfo goes up massive. Tex had all of that space, all of that opportunity, but Thwyfo, 1 man, 1 play again, is what salvages that round in XSET. 5 more to go to tie things up. They are on track to to make this comeback happen. But again, one slip up, one mistake, and you let all that momentum slip back into the fingers of NRG.
Potentially so. XSET just need to maintain things real clean. But Tex, wow, okay. You actually hate to see that. He just rolls right in the middle of a two-man crossfire. And whoa. I'm glad we noticed that at the same time. Did NRG just get 3 kills in the matter of like 2 seconds?
Yeah, it feels like that. And now that they've got guns, or apologies, now that one of them's got a gun, they've got a swarm, 2 shock darts to maybe play this post plant, but no, they're getting aggressive here. Lock down to the back. That might force EU's hit.
Oh!
Daps! What?
And lock down! Lock it down, Daps! Lock it down! Thwyfo now remaining in a 1v2. They're not even using it yet. They don't even want to use it. They're just laying short. They're baiting Thwyfo. They're baiting Thwyfo. Thwyfo, check the angle. EU's still in the back. Alarm bot is there. There it goes, there it goes. Recon in, recon in! EU shuts it down! It's a thrifty round! NRG! How did they do it? We need a replay. We need multiple replays.
That's just not, even with the replays, I don't even think we could run that round back entirely. It's just a cluster toward short, triple headshot from sheriffs, and I don't even know, man. And it's the cleanup as well onto every single A player, and it's in a timely enough manner, so Thwyfo and BCJ just can't rotate quick enough. XSET, I feel like I've just jinxed this game again. They were on a comeback, and then I said they lose one round, everything slips away, and they literally lose that one round. But now they're gonna try and take it back. 3 players pushed, and they net themselves 2 kills with a lockdown committed on A. They know as heck that's a fake.
Taking that back. Need that back.
Couple of grab wells. Most of XSET sitting up over towards that B site. The only reason why they even trust it is because of the amount of util there.
Out of charges.
At least I would like to think. Also, of course, that lockdown going in, not catching all too much. If anything, it was just a little bit of empty pressure, but still NRG forcing out the site.
Get him.
We're gonna see that boom bot nailing in near at around tin can. They know that at least one person's there, but I love these disciplined positions from XSET at the moment, not revealing too much about themselves whatsoever.
Wow.
And we did. Yeah, there you go. This has the Ang, takes down both Som and Android right as they start getting comfortable to try getting that swing. Daps still has that spike. Could make a little bit more noise and potentially go through teleporter. And he has attracted all 3 here, so Daps, what does he even want to do here? He still wants to fight? He runs into like 3 players and he realizes it. He's out and away with just about 25 seconds left. We saw Daps go pretty nuts just in that last round alone. And he has to go even crazier, walking right into the cross. And nobody's out. Daps just wants to fight this out dry. There's one coming out over towards short. 50 seconds left. The spray from Daps has to be perfect, but Thwyfo popping in with the right clicks. And XSET, they saved themselves from just going down to a very bad pit.
Yeah, they would have been in that position where they need to make the comeback, and with NRG not being able to pick up that round, it's XSET who gained back the momentum. Very nicely done. I like how cooped up on the sites is just been too much for them, and they decide, okay, let's go for an explosive take, and that's the first time they went for long. And normally we see this traditional setup from XSET where they just throw 2 stars down, they play that long control. They changed it up early, and they're doing the same thing up here. He's gonna go for a showstopper. Can he get the read right? Unfortunately on the wrong side, but he's still gonna try and route his way over there. Showstopper forcing them into showers, but now they've got to readjust. Tex is leaping out here with a Blade Storm.
Yeah, this is great early control from NRG. They spot out the pressure over towards short, and they just explode. Tex, go for it, baby! 3 players right in front of him as he emerges from the nebula, but he's only able to get 1 from it. And Som still stacking up damage onto Aaron. And now NRG finally have full control of this A site. Now they're gone. They're actually gone. Running into B. But yeah, no, they pop out a swarm, so that's more damage onto Som, but the spike is there.
Yeah, he can get the spike down. He's only got 1 star left. He knows he needs to create a fight here. It's a must win, and he's been presented the opportunity. But this Hunter's Fury, nothing is really connecting right now. BCJ in a 1v2. If there's one man you wanted to clutch Rex it has to be him.
No shot, right? Again, NRG is doing it.
Another eco.
BCJ, however, can shut down that sentiment. And it's yet another eco post plant where the last 2 players They opt to play very, very safe. Back into elbow.
He's not looking.
No, not looking at all. BCJ finally committing some. Coming up big on the round to push NRG to 12. 4 kills for him. He extends out to 20 kills on the game. Sully, we've made it. NRG is now 1 step away from winner semifinals over XSET. Wow.
Turret out.
Take a moment to breathe here, XSET. You got 6 more opportunities. Apologies, 6 tries, NRG at least, to close it out. XSET, you need a 6th streak to at least bring us to OT. We're not even at the point of map 3 with those 6 rounds. Well, NRG, we're in this position on map 1. You said the history is that every time they played, every single map goes 11 to 13, and even some into OT. Does the streak break here?
It's been a long road. It's funny, we mentioned that every single game for XSET and NRG thus far in Valorant, every single map has gone down to at least a 13 to 11. All 24 maps in regulation being played. XSET, they're still trying to push that dynamic. They're still trying to push that overall story. Let's see if it happens, though. Oh, whoa! Android just banks in a nade right onto Aaron. And the shock dart's helping him out, too. Pressuring out Aaron, the Astra. And now the stars have been completely dissipated. That's a lot of pressure being taken away.
Yeah, Seekers as well. Look at this. It's pulling through the B area, so they're not committed to this rotation just yet. They need to keep at least someone here. Third coming in. Swarm is out. Pierre's got a gap, and Pierre needed to go huge. He's only good for 1. Sight given up, but BCJ's here at least.
BCJ making a lot of noise, and the showstopper doesn't even need to be expended to take down BCJ. Instead now, Android nails Dwifo. 1v4. We did. Can he do it all? Pulled at the Seekers a little bit earlier on, but nothing can help him now other than himself. Takes down 1. Still has 1 in heaven to try to cover up. Peek from Android, not exactly going in just yet, and Tex is the one to shut it down. Stamp it through. NRG have taken down XSET in 2-0 fashion.